This brings over 15 heads of state and government, vice presidents, senior UN officials currently in Nairobi for the summit. The attendance of African heads of state and African Climate Summit carries immense significance for the success and impact of this summit. During the launch on Monday, President Ruto urged African states to increase their investments in green opportunities to unlock the continent's potential. The president further called for the investment in renewable energy, green industrialization, climate-smart agriculture, and nature conservation.
We gather to celebrate a new dawn with the launch of the Accelerated Partnership for Renewables in Africa. Tomorrow, we shall undertake through determined endeavor the work of writing a new chapter in the account of global transformation to record and express this new moment of Africa-led green industrial revolution. In short, I have said we are doing 4 things that are interconnected. Number 1, we are launching the strategy. Number 2, we are launching the plan. Number 3, we are celebrating the law that we have passed. And number 4, we are giving out money. So this whole story is about those 4 things. And of course, the APRA, which we are launching to share our experiences. Every other time I stand on a podium and say Kenya's grid is 92% renewable, people raise their eyebrows. They think it is not a reality. We want to tell the world it's possible to power your development, your industrialization using green energy. And that's the experience we intend to share with other friends across the continent.
The First Lady, Rachel Ruto, has said that African youths must be at the forefront of the climate action initiatives. Speaking on Monday, when she opened the sideline session dubbed The Big Opportunity, Education and Skills for a Climate-Adapted and Green Economy during Africa Climate Summit, Mama Rachel said this can be done through education and skill development. The event was organized by the Education Development Center, the German government, and the Office of the First Lady. Mama Rachel Ruto noted that these skills will come in handy as the continent builds up towards a sustainable future and green workforce.
A doubt serves as the pivotal cog in the ecosystem that will unlock the potential and opportunities in the green economy. Through education, we will sow the seeds of awareness and comprehension. People, especially our youth, will come to grasp the intricate interplay between ecosystems, climate change, and the existing opportunities within the green economy that need to be tapped for purposes of sustainable development. The ambitious African Union Green Recovery Plan, the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs, and the greening of education initiatives will be achieved through education and skills development of the young people of Africa. Women in Africa stand as formidable agents of change in the journey towards an energy transition for a sustainable future. Their contributions extend beyond environmental preservation, encompassing economic development, social equity, and community resilience. Recognizing and supporting the diverse roles women can undertake in advancing clean and sustainable energy sources on the continent is of paramount importance. Africa is getting ready for a sustainable future and an equitable green workforce. These are crucial interconnected goals for addressing pressing global challenges such as climate change, environmental degradation, and social inequality. The young people of Africa must be at the forefront of this big opportunity. They need to be provided with climate-adapted knowledge and skills and be exposed to the potential and opportunities within the green economy. This will enable them to become active participants and beneficiaries of the green economy, which in turn will contribute to the sustainable development of our beloved continent, Africa.
Activists staged street demonstrations in Nairobi Monday to protest against African Climate Summit, saying it is too much talk with no action. The more than 300 activists marched from Nyayo Stadium to Green Park, Green Bus Terminus, where they held what they described as the People's African Climate Summit. They waved placards reading "Less talk, more action." The activists said the summit was spending millions of dollars and was unlikely to come up with solutions to real problems on the ground. According to the activists, the African Climate Summit lacks legitimacy and shows no indication of addressing the real and worsening climate crisis.
A just transition for our communities and for our nations in general. But it's going to be hard if renewable energy is heavily taxed, if solar is heavily taxed. And we know that fossil fuel companies have lots of subsidies, which is making it more complicated to address the issue of no new fossil fuel investment. So if we want a just transition, if we want to massively scale up renewable energy across our communities and our countries, then we have to, increase the subsidies for solar.
We want sustainable energy in Africa now. Africa is capable of clean energy and driving sustainable change towards a better future. We want the Africa Climate Summit to advocate and to develop policies that only push for clean energy and in the interest of Africans, not the West or the East. Africa and climate justice now.
Field Marshal Muthoni Karema has died in Nairobi at the age of 91. Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga has confirmed. According to Governor Kahiga, Muthoni was taken ill and rushed to a hospital in Pangani, where she was pronounced dead on arrival, adding that her body would be taken to Lee Funeral Home in Nairobi. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua took his social media to express his heartfelt condolences and support to Muthoni's family, praising the Mau Mau heroines' bravery and participation in country's freedom struggle. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua celebrated Muthoni as a hero who led the Agikuyu community in their fight for freedom. President William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua last month met Mau Mau fighter General Mathenge, Mirugu's wife Miriam Muthoni, and Field Marshal Muthoni Karema in Sagana, Nyeri County. Few Mau Mau women became active fighters, and Muthoni is the only woman to have attained the Mau Mau rank of Field Marshal. To our next news item, a section of women representatives have urged the government to increase national government affirmative action fund NGAF to enable them to reach out to more specialized groups in the society. Speaking at Kalonya Primary School in Teso North, Kwale Women Representative Honorable Fatuma Masito and Busia counterpart Catherine Omanyo noted that this is shocking how the NGCDF kitty only allocated 33 million Kenya shillings to the women representatives, while the same kitty allocated 137 million Kenya shillings to a National Assembly legislator. According to Fatuma, 33 million is not enough for the elected leaders to carry out administrative functions while empowering youth, women, and PWDs to venture into entrepreneurship in their respective constituencies. The legislature distributed over 10 wheelchairs across the county under Catherine Omanyo Foundation in partnership with Schoon Kenya. Omanyo noted that PWDs have great potential if their talents can be recognized earlier. The government fulfilled earlier promise of increasing the NGAF from 1 billion to 3 billion in the financial year 2023 budget.
Ni kidogo sana. Kama mbunge wa eneo bunge peke yake anaweza kupata milioni 147. Na wewe kama mbunge mama wa kaunti nzima, nimefahamu kuwa Mheshimiwa Catherine ana maeneo bunge 7. Na apewa shilingi milioni 3. Mbunge na eneo bunge lake moja apatiwe milioni 147 na mpaka milioni 150. Mimi nasema hilo ni tone la maji katika bahari.
Lakini ile issue ambayo iko karibu na roho yangu na iko karibu na roho ya baba na viongozi wote wa Azimio ni issue ya cost of living. Yes. Na mimi nataka niwahakikishie watu wa Busia, baba, sisi pale hatukwenda kufanya mchezo. Sisi pale issue ya cost of living itajadiliwa, kwa sababu hiyo ndio ni kitu ambacho kinaleta Wakenya wote pamoja.
Nataka geologists, surveyors wenyewe, NEMA, wote wakuje wapige hiyo darubini yao, tuambie wote teko iko wapi kwanza. Iko mashini, kuna driver kubwa, itoboe maji fast time. Maji nitakaa kabisa. Whether kuna kiangazi au kuna rainy season. Shaming. No period. Shaming. Okay, we love you.
On to our next news item. Shinyalu Member of Parliament, Fred Ikana, has promised to provide food to all candidates in his constituency who will be writing the 2023 national examinations. According to the MP, every secondary, primary and junior secondary schools will get bags of rice and beans to be used to feed candidates during the examination period. He said the move is meant to cushion parents from the burden of sourcing for funds to provide food for their children who will be sitting for the exams. The legislature further said Shinyalu has over 100 public primary schools, over 50 public secondary schools, which will benefit from the feeding program. All Kenya's All Kenya certificates of primary education candidates in the constituency will also receive a mathematical geometrical set for free. Now we have finished the news. Thank you for watching. My name is Edna, and the sign language interpreter is Wanjangeve. Goodbye.